United losing 25% today. Alaska down 23, 21% for Delta. American Airlines off 17, 15% for Southwest. Gordon Bethune is the former Continental Airlines chairman and CEO. He is also a CNBC contributor. Gordon, good evening. It's nice to see you.
Thanks, Scott. Glad to be here.
I read those numbers to you, and you think what?
Well, it's comparable to 9/11 for us. It's a traumatic event that really changed, at least in this country, the behavior of so many people for so long. So the drops in revenues were comparable.
If you're talking to the president, what are you asking for tonight if you're the CEO of an airline? Are you worried about the survival of your business?
Well, obviously on various liquidity in different airlines, but I think most of them today have a better balance sheet than we did at 9/11. And of course, that time we actually were forced to stop flying. So that's zero income for like 3 or 4 days. And so that was a traumatic experience where the government stepped in and said, paid us back for taking away our license to fly out of a national security issue. And I thought that it was an appropriate, not a gift, but a reward or a consolation to us at the time. And we survived it. And once this industry, if it ever collapses, and bringing it back up is very, very difficult. Just like bringing back a cut down in numbers of flights per day is very hard to restore.
Gordon, I think a lot of people are thinking tonight whether they should get on a commercial airliner. And I'm wondering if you would yourself, or would you allow one of your family members to get on a commercial airline and fly domestically right now?
Scott, I think so. Let me tell you that I would advise, unless it's necessary, don't do it, because you're putting yourself in an environment where 300 people, or maybe probably today 100 people, are close by. But if you have to travel, you wouldn't take the train or the subway, because of the buses are just not as clean, and the distance is longer, and you're on there for a longer time, so your chances of getting infected are much higher than on an airliner. And they've done a lot to make those as clean as can be.
Tough, though, when you're sitting so close to somebody in the current environment. After all, you are in a metal tube, Gordon. The former CEO... The former CEO of Spirit Airlines said tonight the following when asked whether we should shut down commercial flights for the time being. Shutting down the national air transportation would be punitive to the economy, would be overkill. Being on an airplane presents no additional risk than being in a restaurant or being in other kinds of places like that. There are some tonight, Gordon, who are telling their citizens not to go to restaurants. So why should they get on an airplane?
Well, you'd have to make that decision for yourself. It's a kind of a risk assessment that you need. Do you need to go on this airplane? Do you need to be in Japan or wherever you need to be? Well, you make that decision. I would say don't go if you don't have to, because you're needlessly putting yourself and exposing yourself. But you see that behavior already. And so I wouldn't want to encourage anybody just to go take a vacation and go fly somewhere. I'm sorry to say, but I wouldn't do it.